I'm glad I didn't record that beginning. Anyway, we always talk about the how-to of building the business, and we go into a little technique and numbers and stuff. Actually, I probably haven't done that in a while. I've probably hit more lately, why would you want to build the business, and why does it make sense to build the business, and all of that. So maybe I could go into the numbers.
Did you find your old leaderboard you were going to look for? Did you find those?
I have them. I'm not going to show them to you because I'm not going to show them to you. There was a saying in church this morning. The priest said this great quote. He said, saints have a past, sinners have a future. I think saints have a past and sinners have a future, meaning that, when you look at any saint, St. Augustine, for example, St. Augustine was a womanizer. Man, that dude was womanizer, man. He had lived a very fast life, and his mother, St. Monica, prayed unceasingly for his conversion, unceasingly. But she kept the faith that he'd be converted, and he was running around loose with women and doing all kinds of manner of unsavory things. And then he had a conversion, and really attributed to his mother's faith and prayerfulness. And so, anyone, we all have a past, and even these saintly people, they had a past too to overcome. And so I was thinking about it this morning when he said that. It's like, what a great opportunity we have. This is what I look at when I look at this business, is what a great opportunity to be able to give people a road, a path to get their financial lives right. And in doing so, we give them a chance to get their minds right and their hearts right about, where they're going and what they're doing. Think about all of you that have been in this. I know for myself, I just talked for myself, how much more my life has been enhanced on a spiritual level, not only financial, but on a spiritual level, growing closer to the Lord and getting nearer to him and all the things that I'm doing. And also having the accountability of having to get better for you. Like, how can I help you get better if I'm not getting better? Like, I will forever hold you down if I myself am not increasing my capacity to give to you, right? And I was thinking about so many things that I've changed and transformed from, 20 years ago when I got in, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. I think about all the different five-year phases in my life and in my business, which are 4, right? So we got in 2000, so 2000, 2005, 2005 to 2010, 2010 to 2015, 2015 to 2020. They all mark very specific things in my life that I had to overcome, like some real serious, stuff. And I managed, by the grace of God, to do it and become better. And so when I think about that leaderboard, all it was in the past. There are things that people on there that just dear friends that left, and for whatever reason, everyone always kind of looking, everyone wants to look for, why did they leave? Maybe the opportunity is not what it's purported to be. It was so great. Why would anybody leave? Man, why does anybody leave anything? Why do people get divorced? Does getting divorced mean the institution of marriage sucks? Like, you say, well, I'm divorced, man. Marriage sucks. I'm never going to get married again. Was it marriage that sucked? Was it the institution of marriage sucked, or did you suck? Did your spouse suck? Did you both suck together and not? I better not go into that. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's kind of like, oh, they quit. Why did they quit? I don't know. All kinds of reasons. Even some of the top producers in the past, their lives today are terrible. they're worse off than when they were producing 20, 30,000 a month, and you have to think, was it the business that caused that? Oh man, it wasn't the business. Ultimately, everyone should take responsibility for what they themselves do, right? The results. The environment is the environment. You can like say, oh man, it's all this and this, but you're in the environment. There are people within this environment that are thriving and growing. And, I sent down, was it Tim Lowe's, Chris, what's his name, under Megan Wood. Like, Megan Wood. Everyone's like, oh, Megan Wood, she's so awesome, man. She just bought a $600,000 home. She probably put a lot of cash down for it. She's, this is a little old bartender server from Applebee's, right? And what a difference this business has made in her life. Former drug addict, former bulimic, anorexic, what a difference it's made in her life. And what a difference this business has made in mine as well. I don't know if any of you can say the same for yourself, how the business has helped you grow and, realize certain things about yourself as a child of God, as a son, daughter, brother, sister, husband, wife, that has helped you become better, right? And so when I think about it, why would you want, like for me, okay, again, just speak for myself. If I've gone through such a transformation from when I first got in, both financially, spiritually, my relationships, and I attribute that to what I've been able to do in the business. The business has afforded me the opportunity to do that, right? The business and the environment and the culture and the friendships and everything that this business has provided me has allowed me to thrive and grow in it in all those areas. And I think, why put this light under a bushel, right? Why put this light under a bushel? Why not share the light with other people? And to me, that's really kind of what the recruiting thing ultimately is, right? Getting into the why you want to do it. Ultimately, man, we can bring some people with us, man, into eternity, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Create a big party up there of people that, because we opened the door to this opportunity to become better people, and we could just bring some more people into the party in eternity, when you think about the practical nature of what we're doing, because all the accolades and, all the platinum and bronze and ruby and all these accolades and, district manager and senior board member and going partner, that you can't take that up there, right? You can't take it up there. It doesn't mean anything ultimately, right? What means something, in my opinion, is, what have you done to, make your life have an impact on other people, and I've always said this on this call that, I have a vision of heaven, and heaven is when, the Lord lets you sit in this big comfy chair and he plays the film of your life. You got eternity, right? He plays a film of your life in front of you of all the little things you did that you had no idea was going to make an impact on anybody. But you see that play out and how that person's life changed because of that little thing you did, that encouraging word, that call you made, just a kindness that you gave to someone, a stranger, not ever expecting anything back for it. And then he's going to play that film and see how that person's life changed, and just that little thing. And now that person's on their way to heaven too. I think that he will bless us with those visions in heaven. And hell, my definition of hell is the person you could have been meeting the person that you became, which, the potential of the best version that you could have been, but you chose not to go that path and you stayed where you were and you didn't go to heaven. It's you meeting the person you could have been. To me, that's hell right there. That's hell right there. All the gifts you've been given. And you know what? We all have been endowed with our unique gifts and qualities that he's given you to do something with, right? The talents, the parable of the talents. There's a reason why that's in the Bible. You all have that. You've all been blessed with it. You all have that unique aspect about you that's not me. Thank the Lord, it's not me, right? It is not me. We don't need another crazy me. We need an on fire you, right? We need an on fire you. That's what we need. When you look, I want to look at everybody on here, Todd, Scott, Rick, Ken, Joy, John, I got to scroll through everybody. Tom's brand new. Tom's going to see Andy, I think, today, right? He's going to see him in Dallas or Louisville. So definitely, Todd, go up to him and say, hey, my name's Todd. I'm on Alex Abian's team. He said I should meet you. Like, seriously, wait in line and shake his hand. Henry, Jeffrey, Cisco. I mean, all these great people. Don Netta. God has blessed you. He's given you unique gifts. So now what are you doing with those gifts? What are you doing with it, man? There's people that you will touch that I cannot even have a chance of touching. There's no way that I can do for them what you can do for them, right? And there is a set of people out there, man, that has your name on them, on their souls. You just have to go out there and touch them and find them. They're there. They were there for you to change their lives. God has already put them out there, right? He's already put them out for you. You just have to go find them. Like, I'm still finding them. I'm still finding them because I know my name is on their souls somewhere, and I need to activate that. This is the person that's supposed to be here. And you know what? It's not like, don't think of it as this big responsibility that you're going to bring them to the Lord and they're going to change their lives. You know what? Your impact on their life is whatever it's supposed to be to move them forward, right? It's not this, you're going to be their savior because there's only one savior. But what you can do is you're destined to bring them forward closer, right? Closer to what they could become, right? By you becoming who you should become, you will help other people become what they ought to become, which is really God's dream for us, right? To be a better version of ourselves, to be ultimately to achieve holiness in our lives that, I know, Alex, it's grace, okay? It's, you don't earn it. It's a gift. I know. Let's not go into that. I believe it too. Grace, not by works, but faith without works is dead. And how do you get to heaven? It's by faith, baby. So anyway, but your little impact on someone's life is a huge impact. Because if not for you, right? It's always the if not for. If not for you, they may never go down that road because you are maybe the crossroads for them. You are the crossroads for them. So when you think about it, man, there are people with your name on their souls. It's for you to go out and get them, man. You go out and serve them. Clients too. Clients, because they're sitting down with you, they decided to protect their families. Any other salesperson, they weren't meant to sit in front of. They didn't take care of it. Because they're in touch with you, they have a shot at getting the protection that their families deserve. Do you see how that works? And when you kind of lift yourself out of your own head, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I can blah blah blah. I don't know if man, look, just be glad that the Lord doesn't get you swallowed up by a whale before you wake up, right? Let you sit in a belly whale 3 days, and then he's like, okay, I'll go to Nineveh, man. All right already. Get me out of this belly of this whale. Maybe some of you are metaphorically in the belly of the whale. You're feeling reluctant to go down the road you ought to go down, and you're in the belly. You're not like growing. You're not, you ever feel that feeling like, I just can't move forward. I can't just, what is going on? You're in the belly, brother, sister, Scott. You are in the belly. Get out of the belly and say, all right already. I'm going to step out on faith, and whatever happens, it's on you, Lord. That's all he wants us to say. Whatever happens, it's on you. Yes, it's on him. Who would you want it to be on? On you? Man, do not ever, I'll just say, don't trust your thought process. Trust his thought process and all the mentors he puts around you to guide you, right? So he's betting on you, man. You just got to bet on yourself and understand that your power is from above, not what you possess. When you kind of let go and let God, all kinds of blessings will rain on you. So getting back to, why do you want to build a business? Because, oh, by the way, you might make some money and you might be able to bless your pastor with more tithings and offerings. You might be able to, make an impact on, on these pro-life clinics that are working hard against abortion. You might be able to contribute to missionaries and things that are just, oh, by the way, you might get your bills paid. Oh, by the way, you might get out of debt. What a concept. Oh, no, man, anything but your love, right? Get out of debt. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Get out of the fear and worry of money. Wow, how many of us could do so much more with our mental energy when we don't worry about money anymore? Like, think about it. You never have to think about money being a problem. Think about what all that mental energy can do as far as changing the world and, making a positive impact on other people. Look, I'll focus on building a business, but it doesn't take me away from what I care about and the reason I live my life and my purpose. It's all one thing, right? It's all one thing. It's all one thing that moves me and motivates me and continues forward, at the end of my life, till the end of my life, whenever that is, whatever that may be, right? So anyway, I don't know why I went down that road. Maybe because I need to get that off my chest. I just want to encourage you, really. Probably the theme of this is, man, or encourage you, uplift you. You got it. Come on, man. Think about times you've been successful in your history. You all have. Don't give me this, oh, I've never, it's kind of the guy like, I'll never win anything. Oh, here's the raffle again. You're at church, you're at the church picnic, and okay, we're going to raffle off the fundraiser raffle, right? A weekend in Tahoe, or, oh, it's not going to be me. I never win anything. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. Get out of that mindset, right? You've got everything. You possess everything you have. Now, what do we do with the gifts that we've been given? What do we do with it? Well, it's very simple. The mechanics of building the business and everything that we do is a very simple process, right? Using the Canadian version of the word, which is the noun. Process is the verb. Process is the noun. I figured that out a long time ago when we brought foresters on. So let's just make it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, wow. I should probably, I was messing with my cameras. That's my cockpit. There we go. That was a weird looking thing there. Okay, so now that I've convinced you that maybe you want to build a business, there's always this question, well, what do I need to do next, Alex? It's simple, really simple, man. So you decided, I convinced you and you want to build a business. Oh, bald spot check. Is that a bald spot right there? Oh, that's my cowlick. Anyway, what do you got to do? Okay, so square one, first step, okay? First step is you got to acknowledge you have a problem. Now, this is not a 12-step program. Actually, the problem is that you want to move forward in your life and you haven't yet. Well, this is a way to move forward in the building side of the business, okay? this is what I recommend. Who do you know? Start off a list of names of people that you think are trustworthy people, people that you would not feel uncomfortable that they're, boy, that autofocus is just going crazy here. Okay. List, who do you know? In fact, Henry Stallworth has already been getting people, and I'm very excited. There's some people we're going to put on his team. He just kind of did it by himself. That's what I did. That's how I got Mike and Noel Leventovich and Patrick and Suzanne Connors, because they were my original list of names of people. And so you start off with a list, and then what do you do with that list? I'm going to call them. You and I can call them together. And then we're going to check interest. Call and check interest. We're going to see who's interested and who isn't. Doesn't matter to me who isn't. What matters to me is the ones that are excited, that we have a chance to change their lives, because they could have been like me. They could have been like me, kneeling down, asking, Lord, help me. I was like praying for the Lord to help me. There we go. I need to kind of get my hand. Come on. Lord, help me. And then 2 weeks later, Andy Albright called me. I mean, think about all the people that you know. It doesn't matter whether you know if they're looking or not, because you don't know what's in their heart. You don't know that they were on their knees praying. You have no idea. Like me, like myself. Andy called me and said, hey, Bo, I think I got a way to make some real money, man. And I said, what is it? I mean, that's where it started. That's where it began. So list of names, right? We're going to check interest. And so this list, maybe we can produce some more agents for you, right? So we're going to start you off bringing on people for you off your list of names. But Alex, I don't know anybody. Okay. Who would you invite to your funeral? Who would your family invite to your funeral when you die? Okay, you could at least start there. How about your Christmas card list? Who do you send Christmas cards to? What you're really saying is, I don't know anyone that would want to say yes to this and, want to make extra money because I'm afraid that they would judge me about what I'm doing with this. That's what you're really saying. Look, I've been doing this a long time. I know what that really means. You're afraid. You're afraid to share with people because you're going to think they're going to judge you what you're doing, or you're doing that thing where I'll just have to make sure I make money first before my friends, before I can show it to my friends. I want to make sure it works. It's like, dude, seriously? Let me ask you, did you ask your friends permission to get into our business? Did you ask them for the go-ahead nod that this business is okay? Well, no, I didn't. I got some information from you. I looked at your website. I saw some videos, and I thought this might be a great opportunity for me. Right. So if you made that decision that you thought this might be a good opportunity for you, how about your friends? Don't you think your friends deserve that freedom of choice to decide whether or not, through all the information, all the videos, and all our websites, and my opportunity meeting that I show at Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, do you think they deserve the chance to make their own decision? Are you going to be the arbiter of their personal change in their life, deciding whether or not, based on your success or failure? Because what you're saying is, well, if I'm going to fail, I don't want anyone else to succeed. Dude, look around you. Look at have you been on the activity call? Have you been on the TWC lately? Those leaderboards are not actors. Those people on the activity call are not actors. They are not reading scripts about how successful they've been. They're normal, everyday people of every race, creed, color, gender. We got Democrats that are successful, Republicans, libertarians like me, they're pro-life libertarians like me that are successful. We've got all kinds of people, right, that are successful. So why do you think that they got to make a decision on whether you're successful or not that could change their life. Does that make sense? Does that logic make sense to you? Because that's what you're saying is like, well, I don't want to show it to my friends. Okay. Who gave you permission to get in then? Do you see the kind of the fallacy of that thought process? It just cracks me up, you know. Well, Alex, I'm just worried because I showed them the Amway business. I showed them melanoma. I showed them Juice Plus. I showed them, you know, this travel thing. I showed them that travel. It's like, dude, come on, man. Obviously, some of them followed you on every single one of those. So what makes you think they're not going to jump at this and say, hey, man, that sounds good to me. Let's rock. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, let them make their own decision. And then the people that you're worried about judging you, well, I don't want them to judge, my being in the insurance business. Really? Okay, the people that you care about their opinion. If you can't pay your mortgage, will they pay your mortgage for you? Will they? See, to me, that's the litmus test, isn't it? Man, if you're so worried about what other people think of you, we got some serious deep therapy to do on you, man. That just cracks me up. You know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, you guys understand that? Anyway. Okay. Any other objections to putting a list of names together? Is there any one of them? Because I will shoot them all down, I promise you. I've been doing this a long time. And what I will do is I will turn your excuse, I will turn it over and I'll show you what it really means, right? Any excuse you come up with, I'll turn it over and show you where that comes from and with the fallacy of that thought process. It just, well, I'm not going to share the gospel with you until I know I'm going to heaven based on everything I'm learning in the gospel, right? I mean, that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying exactly that same statement. Well, I got to make sure that I'm in heaven first before I share it with you. Remember the story about Lazarus? Lazarus, dip your finger in water and let me have a drop. There's a big chasm between here and there. So think about that. Every time you think that, well, I don't know if I really want to put a list of names together, Alex, to help you call them for me. Think about that. Anyway, okay, let's get off that because I know I'm probably making some of y'all mad. You just want to get into my sphere of influence to help me make a lot of money in the future. Gee, really? Is that my nefarious intention? Right. Okay, list of names. Then you're going to run out of list of names, right? So you need candidates. We'll call them recruiting leads. Whoops. You're a college graduate. You need recruiting leads. So how do you do that? There's a number of different ways of finding people that are applying. The President's Club has a resume system where you can get free resumes of people, or you can pay for resumes of people that responded to the website, the Alliance website, that are interested in getting in the business, right? Then we've got our Facebook recruiting program that's $170 a month to help you find people, which is really cheap. In fact, I have not restarted that for the second month. All y'all that are on it right now, you're getting some free time on there. Okay, it cost me a lot of money to put that together, but that's, right now we've got this Facebook program and we've got a contact system. So from that, you get a contact system where people that are looking at our Facebook ads are going to book an appointment with you on your calendar to do an interview. And you just have to put in your calendar availability, and then from there, and our guys on that, because I don't have any gals on it, my guys on that are recruiting people, right? They're recruiting some really good people. Henry came off that. Henry Stallworth came off of that from John Femiano, who just got on it. He just got it like a couple weeks ago, and then boom, we find Henry, right? And Henry and I are buddies. I like Henry Stallworth. Are you related to Lance Stallworth? Anyway. So Facebook, resumes, there, you know, and then people that you meet, your clients, are people, like they talked about today, our clients are opportunities to show the business to. Some of our top performers in our history of the Alliance came from being clients. Megan Wood, as an example, was a client. I mean, I can go back and we've had many top producers that were clients before. So the clients that you run into, okay, then people that you meet along the way, new friends, meet along the way. People that you meet along the way. It's not like you're totally in a bubble now. I mean, you're meeting new people, you know, it's real simple process. And let me tell you that process when you meet someone sharp, because, hey, you know what, Joe, you did a great job as my server today at Applebee's. You know, my manager, Alex, is hiring people in this area for his company, for his financial services company. He's looking at people with some great personality and people that are really sharp. And man, I think you'd fit that category. Let me ask you, are you open to doing, looking at something part-time or full-time to, you know, advance your career? Well, sure. Well, great. I mean, he's interviewing people all the time. He's looking specifically in this area. Would you be open to getting an interview? Oh, yeah. How can I get a hold of you? See, you never ask them, what's your phone number? What's your email address? No, the softball way, the professional way of doing it is, how would I contact you? And then they'll offer up, you know, like you're a guy and it's a waitress. How many times you heard, can I have your number? Right? And you got your wedding ring on. It just does not sound cool. It's like, how would they be able to get a hold of you to set up an interview? If you want to put it like that, that's great. You know, don't tell them, well, I'm an agent and I can get you an interview. If you do the third party, the kind of the Heisman Trophy approach, right? You know, my manager is looking to hire some people in this area. She's looking for really sharp, you know, outgoing people that have great personalities, that act professionally. I mean, you've been all that. He was asking me if I knew anybody in this area, and I thought, man, you might be a good candidate. Are you open to maybe exploring other career avenues for yourself on a part-time or full-time basis? Well, yeah, I think so. Great. So how would they get a hold of you to set up an interview? You didn't say that, I've been trying the last 3 months to try to book an appointment on these leads, and I just, but you know what? Would you like to get into this business? No, man, that's not. Because you might be out and about in your shorts and you've got paint on your hair and you just look terrible. By doing a third Heisman Trophy approach, they don't judge that comment on you looking how you look, right? They just judge it on, you know, a good friend of mine owns this big financial company nationwide. He's happened to looking for some people in this area. See what I'm saying? Like, you then distance yourself. They don't have to judge you about anything you tell them. You're just a good person trying to give a good person an opportunity, right? So you can meet people along the way that gives you a chance to find your next winner. You have no idea. Again, it's not for you to decide whether that person is going to blow it up or not. You just plant the seed. We are in the seed planting business. We scatter the seed, scatter the seed, scatter the seed. God grows the seed as he will. You let him worry about that part. Your job is to sow the seed, man, sow the seed. Let's go, you know, leads. So you get involved in identifying people and then learn how to interview them, right? The approach, you're going to eventually learn how to interview them or give them to me to interview. So you know, let me interview them, let Alex interview them. Then when you start to do the initial interview, this is kind of the progression. You do the initial interview, and then you let me do the final interview. Then when you start getting more confident, you do the interview, and then you get them started, that you want to get started. You know, there's some people that you're going to flush because you don't like their attitude. They don't talk good about themselves or their family. You know, there are people that cuss and use God's name in vain. You know, I might overlook that because I know maybe I can help change them. But if they've just got a character that's really unsavory, you know, maybe I don't bring them in. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's just sort of a judgment call there. But this is when you interview them and get them started, right? And then you just let, you know, and there's, you either get them started in licensing and you fast track them, okay? And this kind of stuff is where, you know, Brenda will help you. She'll teach you how to do this so you can do it on your own, right? So now, see, we're talking of an evolution of skills in the recruiting and building process, starting off with creating a list of names, the first skill. Then you graduate to the second is identifying what kind of lead system you want to get involved in to continue. See, here's the thing, and I told my buddy Jose, you want to talk to me about recruiting. Once you decide that you're going to make an impact on other lives, you've forever given up your ability or your state of settling for mediocrity. It's like a parent. When you have your first child, you forfeited your right to stay mediocre, you know, because you have another life that you're responsible for, right? You forfeited the right to stay mediocre, and you've walked into the next room of becoming better, becoming the best version of yourself, because you got other people looking at you. Right, they're looking at you. They're going to look at, are you on the leaderboard? You're bringing them in, but are you on the leaderboard too? Are you? Are you recruiting and not on the leaderboard? How dare you recruit someone and you're not on the leaderboard? I mean, to me, that's like the height of hypocrisy, right? But look, if this will help you get on the leaderboard because you got people under you putting pressure on you, God bless you, man. I hope so. I hope so. Right? The other thing about recruiting, once you make the decision that you're going to get your freedom through building a business, is you never stop recruiting. I've never stopped recruiting in my 22 years of doing this. Andy Albright's never stopped recruiting. Anybody who's made it at any level in the business, they've never stopped recruiting. Recruiting is what they do week after week, month after month, quarter after quarter, year after year. Anyone who's decided that they're going to work their way out of full-time sales and create an override income that will be their basis of their retirement program has made the commitment to recruit all the time. The business is not forgiving for people that start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. Just doesn't work. Won't work for you if you decide you're going to do a burst of recruiting this month and then you're going to wait and see who's going to do something. And then you don't do anything. And then you get disappointed like, oh man, all those 5 people I put in, they aren't doing anything. Yes, that's how it works. That's how it works. It's people over time that you're putting in that eventually people start popping up that are going to be sharp, they're going to be into it. But you never would have found that person if you hadn't put in the other 30 people that didn't do anything, right? You just have to be committed to doing it all the time. Every week you're talking to a brand new person about the business. It's the commitment there to the continuity of recruiting that will yield the emotional stability to building, okay? Commitment to continuity will yield emotional stability in everything that you do. Commitment to the continuity of ordering leads every week, making dollars every week, and making sales every week will take the emotional roller coaster out and just becomes what I do every week. Finding someone new to talk to about the business will do the same thing. Commitment to continuity will yield emotional stability, right? So you get to this skill level, you're actually interviewing people and you're bringing people in independent of me, right? So you learn to build a list, you learn to get into a lead program. You learn how to interview, right? Then you're going to learn how to promote and edify. This is something you should be doing the whole way through. Well, Alex, what do you mean? What do I got to promote? You got to promote everything. Meetings, live meetings, like the Andy Albright boot camps, anything that's going on where people can get into a live situation with someone. You know, this is, for example, May 7th and 8th. We haven't stopped talking about it because lives will be changed there. The question is, will it be your life that gets changed, or will it be everyone else that's there and you're not there? You have an opportunity to change your life in a huge, huge way by getting around these people. And it's the piece of the puzzle that you needed to move forward in your business. And if you do not go, you will not find that piece that fills in the puzzle that will make a change for you. I'm going. Why? Because I'm looking to fill the piece of my puzzle in. Yes, I don't have it all figured out. Lord knows, man, I'm still trying to learn and grow like you are. You never are finally there, right? I have to go to that myself. So you got to be good at promoting to other people. What's the best way to promote a meeting is by you being at the meeting yourself. You know, when people, am I still on? You guys still hear me okay? Could someone chat at me? I'm just doing a double check. Here I am going off. Annette tried to
Yes.
call me. You can hear me? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the best way to promote a meeting is by you being there yourself. Okay. Now look, if you cannot be at the meeting, you still need to promote it. And you got to just tell them how important it is for them to be there since they're getting started. You got to learn to promote meetings. You got to promote webinars to be at. You got to promote all the books that we recommend. You got to promote the system. Okay. All the things that you need your people to do is something that you ought to be doing. All the stuff, you know, the books, the meetings, right? All the stuff that we're doing for the, you know, the Facebook, the Alliance Facebook, you know, the WhatsApp or Band app, okay? All those things that I have you sign up for, the Band app, etc. You got to promote all those things. You got to get people through the Get Started on our website. All your people you bring on, they have to get through the Get Started so they can get plugged in. They're in the communication flow, right? They got to get on the Get Started and go through that part on our website so they can get plugged in, right? So you got to promote these things. Then you got to edify. See, edification is a key for you to grow. If you are a lousy edifier, your business will only grow only so fast. It may never grow, right? What do you edify? See, edification is the ability of you to give credibility to someone else, right? I have no credibility in and of myself. The only credibility I have is by you edifying me for your people. So when I talk to your people, I can edify you because the credibility you have is what I say good about you. So when you're like setting up an appointment, like for your downline person on your team to talk to me, for me to talk good about you, you got to give me credibility. And it's not for my ego. Trust me, it's not for my ego. Okay. You got to say, man, Alex built a big business. He's been in this thing for over 20 years, got tremendous wisdom. He's helped people make 7 figures in the business and multiple 6 figures. And man, he can really make some great recommendations to you. I suggest you have a chance to talk to him because man, he's, you know, blah, 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 right? He's got 5 kids and, you know, he's a man of faith, right? But he's accomplished a lot. Always edify. Don't edify, he's a good guy. That doesn't help you. That doesn't help me. Edify what I've done in the business. I've got like the 2nd largest organization in the Alliance. I've got some of the top people in the country are in my organization, right? Say the things I've done, and then that means something. And then when I talk to your person, I say, hey, by the way, man, Henry's just getting started, but he is rocking. He's making all the right decisions. In fact, he signed up for President's Club because he wants to build a big business. They're going to make him a website. And he just got started. He is just killing this thing. You got a really good person that brought you into business. You can really trust what he's doing for you. Do you see how that works? He edifies me. I talk to them. I edify him. See how that works? It becomes a tight-knit group where everything's aligned, right? Everyone feels safe in an environment where we edify each other. And they're thinking, wow, this is a crazy organization. No one's tearing each other down. They're talking good about everybody because we care about each other. That's why, because our culture is how we say it is. We're a team, we're a family, you matter. And we're telling them that you matter to us because Henry matters to me, I matter to Henry, and then both of us, they matter to us. Does that make sense? It's a triangulation situation. That's the power of edification. And then what you're attempting to do is build their belief, right? There's a belief system that they have to march through, the ladder of belief. Where does the belief ladder start? They got to believe, number one, in Andy Albright. That he's charting the course. He's been bought out by Integrity Marketing, but he is still at the helm of charting the course of our company. And Andy Albright's done so many great things for me and for other people. You need to build their belief in Andy Albright. That's the first thing they need to believe in, that Andy Albright's going to help them, and it's helping us, helping our system. Next thing is the alliance. You need to help them build their belief in the alliance, that the alliance is on track. The alliance has many different opportunities for you to make money with us. The alliance is solid. It's not going away because they're owned by a multi-billion-dollar company called Integrity Marketing Group. And we have things in the alliance that no other IMO can provide them. None, zilch, zero, seriously. Have you seen my videos on that part? Okay, number three, the upline who's helping them. That you got to help them build the belief in me as the manager, right? And I got to help them build the belief in you as the hiring manager, as the team leader, right? This is part of the edification thing. We got to build their belief that we're going to help them. We're going to do everything we can to help them, and we will. I will, for sure. I will answer their call. If they call me, if I can, I'll return the call. You know, sometimes I forget. Okay, so give me a little grace there, but I will attempt to return all calls and help everyone that needs my help. They've got to build belief in the upline that's there to help them. The last one, they have to build belief in themselves, right? Anything that we do in our system, any interaction that we have with anybody, our conversations need to be guided by this principle of the ladder of belief. Is anything I'm saying tearing down Andy Albright, or is anything I'm saying building him up? Is anything I'm saying tearing down the alliance, or is there anything I'm saying that's building up the alliance in their minds? Is anything I'm saying tearing down their upline, or is everything I'm saying building up their upline team that's trying to help them? Then finally, is anything I'm saying tearing down their belief in themselves? That is a sin. In my humble but accurate opinion, that is a sin to tear down their belief in themselves, because the minute you do that, you're tearing down a soul. And that is not your job, man. Satan has a good enough time doing that himself. You don't need to be partake in helping him do that to people. You need to make sure anything coming out of your mouth uplifts them and makes them feel like they can do this, gives them belief that they matter and they can do this thing. Does that make sense? This is the guiding principle in all your interactions, whether it's with clients, whether it's with other agents. Man, this is building the business right here. You get good at these skills, I will guide you on strategy, building strategy. All right? Does that make sense, gang? So anyway, I think I'm done. I have no clock, or I don't have my watch because my watch is being fixed at Omega. All right. Oh, it's noon. All right. It is 12. All right, gang. That is the building side of the call. So I hope this helped y'all. Okay. All right. So the next part of this call, you're welcome, Tom. Hey man, take a selfie with Andy. Like, do me a favor, take a selfie with Andy and post it to me.
Does he do selfies?
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. It is a picture opportunity. Pretend he's Mickey Mouse and you're at Disney World. Got to get the selfie with Andy, dude.
All right, I will. It's supposed to be raining cats and dogs up there a little bit later, so but we'll get through it, and I'll shoot it to you if I'm able to get one.
Oh man, that'd be awesome, dude. I would love it. I'm so happy you're going out there. You have no idea.
I'm jazzed.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. You were starting off right. Okay, let's see if my buddy